Hey guys, Team Trekyards is back with another special announcement video for you guys. As always, I'm Captain Foley,
And Connor Coggins.
and today we have a very special guest, like I said. This is somebody that is kind of in the same vein as us as far as YouTube goes. So, Samuel, do you want to introduce our guest?
We've had the guests from the show, we've had the guests from TV, we've had the guests from the whole plethora of everything, but we're talking to YouTubers a little bit now. We're talking to fellow ship lovers, and I think it's fair to say this particular person has a hell of a lot of passion for ships, if I can get the words out. Welcome to the show, Daniel Orrit, otherwise known as, well, the head of the Spacedock channel. Welcome to the show, Daniel.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Cool. So, I gotta ask, what's one of your first memories of Star Trek?
Start right at the start.
Yeah,
I think
how long have you been a Trekkie?
Well, I've always been aware of Star Trek, really. I think I really got into it in the build-up to the 2009 reboot. The JJ verse myself, I've never really been too impressed with it, but the hype surrounding it, the build-up, got me interested in it, and I watched the series. I've been through that. I watched a lot of Voyager in the early days. That was my big one. But I think now I'm a little older. I'd say Deep Space Nine is certainly my favorite series on the show. So.
Mine too. Good choice.
And it's funny you say that. I think the show that was always on repeat was Voyager when I was young. So that was the one that I never go back to because I remember every episode so well because it was always on. That sort of show.
Back on the old Virgin 1 channel all the time. It's just non-stop Voyager episodes. Yeah.
Same here with our Space Channel. Just they keep replaying Voyager over and over. Why don't they choose one of the other shows? Like, seriously. But anyway.
So, you run the Spacedock YouTube channel. We, of course, both know your work, both seen probably a lot of the videos you put out. But in your own words, for those who don't know, what is Spacedock? What is it all about? And how do you start the channel?
Well, I essentially look at science fiction spacecraft from various IPs, any intellectual property, really. I'm not quite the same formula as you guys. I do shorter sort of info blast fact file kind of videos, although I am looking to expand into some longer ones. But yeah, in the short term, I really look into the history and lore of ships, analyze them in short 4-minute videos. I've been doing this 6 months now. I guess I started it out. I didn't, honestly, I keep saying this, I never expected to get more than 20 subscribers, really. I threw together a video on the X-Wing. It was in 420p with a terrible intro, and you can barely hear me. And then it got several thousand hits, and I was shocked and carried on making them, I guess. So yeah, there I am.
Cool. Did you ever think that so many people, like you just said, you only expected like 20 people to see it? Are you kind of amazed at the reaction you've gotten and the requests for different ships that seem to be flooding in? I mean, it's a very popular format, and I really enjoy your show. So, is it something that's kind of taking you by surprise?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, like I say, when I started this out, wasn't expecting much at all. I was. In the early days, I was keeping all of my requests in a TXT file and Notepad, and it was like, it took about a week for it to become so far too large to reasonably keep like that. So it's just eyeballing it these days and seeing what people want the most. But yeah, it exploded much faster than I was expecting. Especially that first video was much more successful than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, same for us when we started. We said, hey, suggest some of the ships, and within a few weeks, it's like, well, you just. Okay, and then it's just really strange things and things that we've never heard of because no one's heard of them, and it's just like great, but
yeah,
I
get the same.
I still have our original Post-it note that had our list of ships on it, which we kind of deviated from at some point.
Yes. What have we still not done? We've still not done. What have we still not done? It's probably still heroic.
There's like 4 on that list that we haven't done, and that was our first list. So.
Well, the Constellation we did pretty early, so that was we stuck to that one though. Sorry. Yeah. Yes. So, I mean, it takes a little bit to build a channel. But why start? I mean, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but what was the drive to, what's your background to really make you suddenly go into YouTube, and not only make very simple discussion pieces, because that's easy to point a camera yourself, but actually make edited, thought out, research content. We also know why we started, but why did you start?
Well, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Star Wars Explained, formerly Star Wars Minute, and he's got a similar format in generalized lore videos. And I got some suggestions from friends saying, like, because I mean, I would be talking about spaceships if I wasn't talking about them in the public eye. I would be talking about them with my friends. So there was a lot of people saying you should just try and make something out of this, and I just sort of tentatively made a video to see how it would do, and after that, it became a bit more regimented. And I thought if I was going to make something I'll make sure it's not just some kind of thrown together thing. I'll get an outro and an intro and make it all organized and at least look half decent. So.
Yeah, and it does look fantastic. I gotta ask, how long does it take to do an episode from beginning to end? Like research, writing, and then finished product?
Generally, if I go non-stop, I can get one in just inside 3 days with research and all that, making sure everything's absolutely accurate. In the early days, I wanted to build a sort of basis of well-known ships before I went on to anything else.
Yep.
So you'll see I've got the X-Wing and I've got Serenity and the Star Fury and stuff. And I wasn't doing it weekly back then. I made like a salvo of episodes quickly to get like a basis. But since then, it's got much more. I've got much better at making them faster and things. I mean, it's actually all just one thing people are very surprised at is that it's all Movie Maker and PowerPoint and basic software. There's nothing.
Oh wow!
I think the most advanced thing I use is Paint.net. It's really quite simple. Yeah.
Wow, I mean that does tell you that even simple tech used properly, in filmmaking, we've talked before this, but obviously you go into media course, they say very quickly that you can still make a quality product on a lowly piece of tech, inexpensive camera. If you throw a 10 grand camera and then an iPhone, if you're a very good cinematographer, if you know what you're doing and can use depth of field, you can make a better film if you know what you're doing on a DSLR or a simple, even a webcam theoretically than an inexperienced person with an expensive camera. So I mean, it's all about the skill behind it. But this is not just a guest announcement. This is also we're both YouTubers, both collaborations. But we've got to ask, as you're on our channel, when did you first hear about Trekyards itself, and are there any highlights of watching our channel?
Well, I actually encountered Fleet Yards before I encountered the rest of Trekyards because I after I did my X-Wing video, I did a quick scout around to see if there was anything similar, and I saw yours. And I watched that, and I was like, "Oh, there's." I thought at first that must be your whole channel, but there was and there was like one video. I was like, "This is strange," but I found the rest of your stuff eventually, and looked through it, and I really enjoy your stuff. It's great. It's I mean, I'm in the nicest possible way. I'm glad that it's so different because I was worried that somebody was doing exactly the same thing, in which case I might have been in trouble. But yeah, you've got a different approach to me, and it's nice to be able to go and look at a laid back, longer discussion about something. I mean, there's a lot of things that I have to cut out to try and cram it down into 4 minutes to try and make it like point to point, keep everyone's attention. It's good to do a longer discussion like that.
I think it's fair to say that obviously we've been going for almost 2 years now, so people have in the last few months have said, hey, check out these videos, post your channels on the page. Obviously we thought the same. Oh, is this the same sort of thing? But we approach our show very much like a documentary. We ask the questions, we show the stuff. It's very much documentary content and produced that way. And then obviously discussion size is the sub show. Whereas you're very much the DVD extra, the thing you can easily watch, then binge watch the entire, because it's so interesting. You binge watch a whole load of them. Yours is a very friendly, watchable piece, whereas ours is a bit more niche. And we understand that. If you don't know Star Trek, you're not really going to watch our show. But you've got every genre and everything. So
yeah.
Yeah,
like you say, DVD extras. It's exactly like you get your little lore videos with the Game of Thrones DVDs and such, and it's exactly the same formula. That's exactly the kind of thing I was going for.
So this isn't just a guest announcement video. This is also a future collaboration video. We plan on doing some crossover episodes and a few collaboration videos together. So we want to give you guys a little tease. Anything that you can think of that we might be able to leave the audience with a tease for Daniel.
Well, I mean, I think my channel is a lot more spread across IPs, etc. Yours is very focused, and I think as I come in to do a collaboration soon, we might be able to take a look at to compare Star Trek's technology with some other IPs, maybe get some comparison on the go between some other technologies.
And more. I'll just say that. It's not the only. We've got lots of things we've thought of. But yeah, so to close out, I got to say, I did actually watch your Super Star Destroyer video this morning. So you're already in my head. Yeah, I was one of the views. So big fan, and let's make some content.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so anyway, guys, tune in for all of our regular scheduled content, as well as some new announcements and collab videos coming up with some other YouTubers and stuff. We got some great stuff on the horizon, so stay tuned. But until next time, guys, I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Connor Cockins.
I'm Daniel from Spacedock.
And we will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.